Hi, I actually wanted to edit and post a different video today, but something happened that I really want to address. If you're interested in this sort of thing, you probably already know that the comedian Victoria Wood passed away yesterday. I didn't want to cry in this video, but I still find it horrible and hard to believe. She was one of my biggest inspirations, really. I've only known her for over a year because, obviously, not being British, I didn't really used to have access when I was younger to British comedy. But when I discovered her, I sort of gradually watched and loved more and more of her work, and she was 62 years old, and sometimes I just wonder, like, why is there no karma thing in the world? Why do these terrible things always happen to the nicest people? I didn't want to be so emotional in this video. Obviously it must be so much harder for her family and friends than a random stranger, but I am affected by these things. I was really sad when Alan Rickman died earlier this year as well, because it's part of your worldview. Snape in Harry Potter, that was like my childhood, and I feel like Victoria Wood is my present. It's incredibly sad. I don't know what to say not to sound cliche, but I just really wanted to talk about her. If you don't know her, she was a British comedian, actress, singer, writer, composer, entertainer. She was the first very popular female comedian. So it's incredible to hear from so many comedians and actresses now what an influence she was on them. They saw by her example that it is possible that women can be funny, and they can be funny in public and make a living off of that. I personally absolutely adore her songs, especially, which are incredibly witty and funny, but often sad as well and nostalgic. Even these ones kind of make you feel a bit better about the world. Her lyrics are a wonderful inspiration for me professionally, as someone who, well, I don't write, but I translate. So sort of professionally, but also just as a person. I mean, I don't know, we don't know her, obviously. She's a public figure, not a friend. But it looks like she actually had quite a hard life and not too happy, but she was so generous, making other people laugh and happy. I will link in the description all of my favorite songs from her. It's hard to narrow it down, so there will probably be a lot. You can just try one or two, or maybe you will really like it. I just want to share her art because I think it's incredible. She also did brilliant stand-ups. As far as I know, there are 3 DVDs. Perfect. 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 And you can find different sketches and stuff on YouTube. All of it is great, really. She seemed to be such a special person. Even in those stand-ups, you can see that she almost looked a bit uncomfortable on the stage, but in a good way. It seemed like, this is not me bragging. I honestly just want to use my skills for entertaining you, and I'm doing this for you. There was just something so warm and giving about her. So just please check out her stuff for yourself. That's the whole point of this video. I would like to spread the joy she gave to the world. I also want to share a little personal story if you're still watching and if you're interested. How I first got to know about her was by seeing a film she did uh, on Christmas 2014 for the BBC. It was called That Day We Sang, and it had Imelda Staunton and Michael Ball in it. So I watched it because of them, and I was just amazed at mostly the songs and the song lyrics were such a revelation to me. I love musical theatre and I've seen a lot of musicals, and often the lyrics are not the best bit. I love Sondheim's lyrics, but that's like Victoria Wood was like the only other person that made me like 100% astonished by the lyrics. But also the story. I mean, it wasn't like a perfect film, but the story was so touching and heartwarming. I became obsessed and watched some of the numbers over and over and over again. And I just loved it. From there, I continued to look up her other songs and sort of slowly worked my way to other material she's written and or performed. And because I loved it so much, I wrote a letter to her, which is something I've never done before. She's the only famous person I've written to. And she answered quite quickly, and she sent this handwritten note which made me really happy, and so I really treasure it now. I almost feel it's like a duty now to do well in life when Victoria Wood wished me best. Silly, I know, but she also included a photo that I totally didn't ask for, so I thought it was the sweetest thing ever. I actually was writing about the film specifically, so I don't have a photo of her, but she sent this photo, which is from the set, Michael Ball and Imelda Staunton doing one of the big numbers. It's like a proper photo, not just printed out or anything. Can you see that? And she's written, "Thought you might like one of my old photos." So the thought that she was so thoughtful to go into her photo album from a shoot she herself loved and just took one of the photos and sent it to a random fan. I love it. I love it. So please go and enjoy some of her work if you wish to.
Because it's a sad world, we have to have kind hearts. We have to light tiny bonfires that can pierce the dark. There may be one small spark, who knows, who knows, who knows, who knows, could possibly begin to warm the frozen skin of the baby in the litter.